I'm a big fan of bringing Fields into camp, man. Like I said, I'm back and forth when we talk about cost efficient versus going and get what I think will give us the best chance. And honestly, man, when I'm deciding between who would I want to just, if I got to take the chance, and we're seeing a Kirk Cousins, a Russell Wilson, right? Talked about in the draft, the Bo Nix. I'm like, yo, if I'm going to have to pick one of the options, me personally, I do lean Fields, so I do like that. Zach Frazier, definitely, we were talking about him a little bit earlier. Like that, man, addressing the offensive line. And then Amon-Ra St. Brown.
No, that's not.
That's going to cost. That's the only thing I don't like about that.
I think he's trying to get $25 million a year.
Yeah, that's going to cost. Because he's on the front end trying to get the new money. Like, he's not old money just yet. So, I don't like that one per se. But, shoot, like I said, though, the rest of it I'm cool with, man. And then, yeah, shouting out, everybody else, man, Certain Tate, Shannon, Big G, the homies at SCN. Respect to the homies over there, too, there, baby. I like it.
Fish Momentum says Ambition live at Rivers next Friday.
You heard him.
And
You heard him.
he's hinting that he wants Fields. # Fields.
Ooh. I do see people kind of putting it's like, yo, are you going with Kenny? Then you got the Mason people. Then you got the we want Kirk Cousins people. Then we got the I want Bo Nix people. Then you got the I want Russell Wilson people. It's like, it's pretty cool seeing everybody like in this early portion of it, you know.
I'm in the minority. I want the Mason Kenny competition. That's where I'm planting my flag.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Not too many people are with me.
That's just a cheaper option. Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. There is nothing wrong with that option, man. I like your option.
I'm not going straight cheap though. I like what I saw from Mason, man. And obviously I still believe in Kenny. So
I like your perspective, bro. I ain't tripping.
We not use the word cheap.
Oh, okay. Cost efficient. It's
Yeah,
more cost efficient. It's more cost efficient. It's definitely affordable. It was kind of like,
but I still think these dudes got the upside to be as good as, if not better than, some of the other quarterbacks we're talking about.
Well, and that's the beauty of it, you know.
That's my take.
Meh.
I was
a
little off on my quarterback take this year. A little bit off, but that's why we have another year.
Absolutely.
That's why we have another year.
Well, and the thing is this, man.
I can make up for it.
Hopefully
nothing, Kenny can make up for it.
Trust me, there is nothing that is keeping Kenny from doing that, right? Kenny is very much capable. Otherwise, he would have never been drafted where he was drafted. He would have never even had the success that he's had, to whatever degree we want to say, cool. But he's had success at this level. So, in all seriousness, man, there isn't something that is saying that he can't do that. The whole issue is just the timing of it. How long does it take? And that's what we're all going to find out this year. And that's part of why we always are, especially when you're talking about just trying to solidify that quarterback position. This is why a year like right now, this offseason, we're getting so much quarterback talk, because we understand the significance of it. But for certain, man, Kenny, there's nothing that says Kenny can't be better than any of these dudes that we've been naming. There ain't nothing that says that. It's just up until this point, we haven't seen him consistently enough display it. So now we're kind of in this weird space of, do you continue allowing him time to develop, allowing him time to prove himself while we're adjusting some of the variables surrounding him? Or are we saying, man, the clock is ticking on the rest of the roster. We feel like, man, we can go and make a legit run right now. Let's go pull the trigger on this, or let's go pull the trigger on this. I think all of those things are legitimate thought processes. It just really goes down to personal preference. And for you, you're like, bro, why do we got to spend money on this when this guy can develop into what we think he can develop into for a lot less? Ain't nothing wrong with that thought process, bro. Nothing wrong with it. And then for the ones that are like, bro, I would much rather just spend on something that I think is a little bit more. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And then you got the Cousins option. It's like, all right, we see what this is. We have a lot more information surrounding it, but we also know some of the negatives surrounding it as well are a lot more defined in comparison to Kenny and Justin Fields, because they're just younger in their careers right now. So all of them got something that we gonna like, something that we not gonna like, but it's really just gonna depend on, like I said, man, what the team ultimately is gonna feel makes the most sense with the least amount of that collateral damage, man. But your dude, man, he could definitely step up, man. Ain't nothing stopping him from doing it, man.
It's just gonna be a long off season.
Yeah. The one benefit that your guy has, the head man has already said, yo, he's back. He's gonna get a chance to be QB1. So everything for Kenny, he's still in the driver's seat, man. Outside of, like we said, they going out and spending on a Kirk Cousins or Russell Wilson. Outside of that, it's like, yo, you're in the driver's seat in any competition. You're going to get first dibs, man. What do you do with is the question. Because if you go out there and play like a top 5 guy, it ain't gonna matter who these dudes are that we bring in. But you got to do it. Right now, you kind of lucky with speculation because there's nothing that is happening right now. Not you specifically, but for Kenny, it's like we can't see anything good or bad happen right now. So it really just depends on how we personally feel about you. And if we feel good about you, well, you're gonna be going upswing right now. And that's where he is. Whereas Justin Fields' cousins, we don't know them like that. So we look at this like, nah, we're gonna keep saying negative until we see, you do it here or continue to do it good. That's neither here nor there. But for Kenny, it's like, bro, he's gonna get the first opportunity, man. If he ain't starting this season, the only person he could blame would be himself, man. Because he's going to get a legitimate chance, man.
Yeah, either way, it should be worst case for Kenny, I think, open competition.
Yeah.
Worst case, going into the offseason. If we don't sign a Mason, if we don't trade for a Fields, I think it leans a lot more his way. Yeah. So if he's not the starting quarterback, this offseason was a disaster.
Yeah.
And I don't expect that to happen.
Yeah.
I definitely don't. I think he's going to respond admirably here.
There ain't nothing stopping him from responding, bro.
He's done it every time it's happened in game when there's been adversity. He responds.
In the same way we're praising Mason Rudolph for responding from his adversity, let's allow Kenny his chance to actually show that he can respond.